5B, the presentation concerning the strategic plan, and 7.1A are going to be removed from the agenda in their spot now and put at the end of the agenda as items 11A and 11B. Also added to the agenda is as 7.1D is a resolution concerning a parental request for transportation. With that, kindly rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. 5A on the agenda is Superintendent's update. Dr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Barchet. Nice crowd tonight in the audience. My remarks will be brief. Last time we met was in August, so since that time we had the start of school. Just tremendous district-wide. We were fortunate enough to have great weather, and there was just the kind of seamless baton pass from the end of last year to the beginning of the year with smiling kids and faculty ready to welcome them, faculty, teachers, our staff members. So just great job all around. I always like to recognize that our custodial staff get the buildings ready for the opening of school. I was joined by Mr. Scarito and Ms. Sienna and others as we did our annual walkthroughs. And of course, it was exciting for all of us, not just to walk the buildings, but to see the progress that's going on throughout the district with our grounds. Mr. Barchet joined us at the middle school for what I shared with the students was probably a once every 50 to 70 year moment where the students themselves cut the ribbon on the multi-purpose courts and ran onto those courts with such excitement. We played a little basketball, some of us with them. We fared okay, but truly it was just a very, very special moment to be a part of. I was so grateful for it. This past weekend, I had the pleasure of being a colleague and a parent at the Mackenzie Borchers 4th Annual Volleyball Tournament, listening to Tracy, faculty member, talk about how special that tournament is. My daughter happened to be playing for Smithtown East, who, of course, the way things work, Murphy's lost Smithtown East versus Hauppauge in the finals of the tournament. But the much bigger moment was Tracy addressing the crowd about how this all came about and, of course, how special Mackenzie was, and then how this tournament raises money for Angela's house. So just tremendous job, and again, so grateful to be a part of that. Next, just individual level, congratulations to Mahir Satish Kumar. We have heard his name a few times through the years, and I think we're going to hear it many more times. Selected to the top 300 in the National Thermo Fisher Scientific Junior Innovation Challenge. Say that 3 times fast. And that was for the 3rd year in a row, so please help me to applaud Mahir. Also just want to recognize, before I turn the mic over to my friend over there, Hannah, who's going to get into some other news. We recently learned that junior Catherine Marietta has qualified as a National Merit semifinalist in the 71st Annual National Merit Scholarship Program. So congratulations to Catherine. And we're down 1 tonight because Alalakin, who normally sits next to Hannah as our 2 board student members, is at a volleyball game out in the Hamptons. Tough to get back on time. So sports, athletics, schooling, all of that comes first for our board members. So Hannah, we appreciate you being here representing the 2 of you, please.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Good evening, everyone. First up, on behalf of the students, we would like to thank the Board of Ed for covering the SAT and PSAT fees. The test will take place on Friday, October 3rd. During this time, freshmen will be provided with workshops that can be pre-signed up for. And seniors, it is not too late to sign up for the test still. Our new statewide cell phone policy has been seen making a very positive difference in the building. Logan and I both agree that it's nice to see more communication among the students and less technology generally. Lastly, on our end, we're coming up on two of Hauppauge's favorite days of the year, Cakes for Cancer, Tuesday, September 30th, soccer games beginning at 4 p.m., and homecoming on the 18th of October. We look forward to seeing many of our community members coming out to support, and we hope that everyone continues to enjoy the rest of their September as they get back into the routine of school.
Awesome, thank you, Hannah. And I'm reminded as you're talking, this week also we have our back to school nights at the middle school and the high school, recently at the elementaries. Again, the principals always do a great job to that. We're going to hear from the elementary principal shortly. And I did want to add, I was a little late to exec session with Mr. Michaels, Brian. We were at the Islip Town Board meeting, which was very well attended. For those that don't know, the Board of Ed, this Board of Ed unanimously passed a resolution opposing the best battery facility, concerns about really illuminated by the fire department about fire hazards and emergency response concerns, and most of all, proximity to Bretton Woods Elementary School. Brian and I were at tonight's meeting. He had a connection, was able to speak 15th in the crowd. I was 26th. I have to just give him a nod because he received a huge round of applause after he was done speaking. He really represented this board and the community quite well and helped to spell out our concerns. And I'll say that there was a lot of your neighbors, community residents, parents there tonight who were appreciative of the board's support. Also happy to share, so we both spoke and then we ran out of there, that we got a text message that the town board voted to extend the moratorium another year. So great news for the district.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. 5A on the agenda, recognitions and awards drawn on tonight. 5B-A on the agenda is removed from its position and renumbered 11A, as I stated earlier. 5B-B are presentations from our elementary school principals. We shall start with Dr. Christopher Smalley, our principal at Bretton Woods.
I was waiting before I got started. Good evening, President Barchet, members of the Board of Education, Dr. Murphy, and my fellow worker bees. Hello, hi Lindsay, how you doing? It's wonderful to be here tonight on behalf of Bretton Woods, and I thank you very much for the opportunity. In short, this year has been incredible. It's been an incredible start to the year. You know, everything starts really kind of all the way back in July to get ready for September. And in July, there's so much going on throughout the district, and there are a lot of people who played really important roles to get this all done. So this is a little shout out to some of the folks that helped pull it together. So Glenn and the entire B&G custodial staff for preparing the building, thank you. The IT team, Swanson, hey Swanson, and the STEAM PAs were great. The entire security team, led by the smart and dapper Mr. Gary Messina. Jerry in transportation helped us get set up with all of our bus routes. Transportation is a bear. It's big, and he was very helpful. Cabinet, all of you were super great. Your clericals and your offices really helped us bring things together, and I can't say enough good things. That goes for the directors as well. And of course, all the great work done by our incredible Bretton Woods clerical and custodial staff. Our summer was busy. By August, you know, that was like July, by August, you know, teachers started filling the building. And for the teachers here, you know that if you're in elementary school, you really start to work on your building, on your classroom almost all summer. And our teachers were wonderful and great, and they were in all days, all times of the day. The bond work was coming together really nice. FYI, the bathrooms are awesome. Thank you. They really came out well. They weren't just your state-of-the-art, throw some tile up and move away. They really kind of took their time to make it look great. And, our own custodial crew continued to work long nights, cleaning every inch of the building. By the time Superintendent's Conference Day came, we were pretty much ready. Dr. Murphy, thank you. You set the incredible tone, resonated in our building and across the district. It was really nice. And on the same day of Superintendent's Conference Day, we actually had our first meeting in the building, as a group. And I could tell you that we had 20 new faces in our building this year. A lot of that was due to retirements and some movement around, but it's a lot of new folks at Bretton Woods, and it was really nice. So by the time the first day of school came, everything I mentioned, we're ready to go. The weather was beautiful, hundreds of smiling faces, new backpacks, fresh sneakers, new bus routes, obviously a few tears along the way. Our teachers spent the first week welcoming their new students, making them feel comfortable. The tone in the building, healthy, vibrant, good. It was a great first week. Meet the Teacher was a really special night. Hundreds of families showed up. All were so grateful and happy to tell me how much they loved Bretton Woods. I couldn't believe the amount of parents that I met that were actually former students in Bretton Woods. And I think that's really special and awesome. And I actually met grandparents who were there, who were, they went to Bretton Woods. They were there with their adult children who went to Bretton Woods, who were there with their own kids in the class. So it was a really nice family affair there. It was great. But they all spoke with such pride in the school. But things are going great. Our year started off wonderful. We had a beautiful ceremony last week to honor 9/11 as we gathered outside of the building around the flagpole, which was nice. And, overall, I can tell you Bretton Woods is off to a good start. And lastly, I will say that, we couldn't do any of this without the Board of Ed. Thank you so much. As being someone who has been behind the scenes for a few years, I know all the hard, dedicated work that happens and everything that goes on behind the scenes, and there's really thoughtful leadership that brings it all together to make it all work. And, in my very short time at Bretton Woods, I can see the fruits of everything that's happened over the years. So that's our little story from Bretton Woods. Things are good, students are good, and that's it for us.
Any questions or comments from the board concerning Bretton Woods' presentation? Anyone in the community have any questions for Dr. Smalley? Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Next up, our longest tenured principal in the elementary school, now on the job 3 years, Michael Collin.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And please don't infer the fact that I'm sitting alone and my teammates are behind me. I didn't know that that was the game plan, or else I would have been there with them. And I say that in jest, but in all seriousness, I want to take a moment just to say that the camaraderie and the teamwork that we've already established as 3 elementary school principals is really something super special. And I'm excited going forward to align with the other buildings in the district to bring us all where we want to go. Another interesting note is prior to this meeting, that camaraderie has been in the form of Zoom calls and phone calls and a couple of in-person meetings. And when we knew we were going to be coming here, all of a sudden it was emails from the rookies saying, what is this all about? What do we need to say? What do we need to do? So I wrote down exactly what Dr. Smalley just said. And it was well said, Dr. Smalley, well done. And that probably gives you a little insight as to the the teamwork and the camaraderie we've developed so far that we can poke fun at one another a little bit. But without any further ado, it's certainly exciting to be back at Forest Brook. I was in the building over the summer a lot, and it's empty, quiet, eerie, and really depressing without those faces, those smiles, the laughter. So it's really refreshing to have everybody back in the building, students, teachers, parents, everyone. I know it's been mentioned already, but the custodial staff, I wouldn't be doing my part if I didn't sing their praises, specifically at Forest Brook. This year, with all the wonderful bond work that's been going on, the Pines underwent an entire parking lot renovation, which means that none of the programs that the Pines was planning on hosting could be hosted there. Therefore, Forest Brook hosted more than their capacity, probably. So it was a real balancing act for our custodians to make sure that all of their needs for all of those programs were being met, while at the same time we were emptying every single classroom, cleaning everything, and getting ready for the upcoming school year. We at Forest Brook have 3 bathrooms that are wonderful. They're beautifully done. There are no problems with the bathrooms outside of the there was a little tweak made to the nurse's bathroom for the eye wash station, but other than that, the bathrooms are gorgeous. We've, like every other school in New York State, we are now offering free breakfast as well as free lunch. Free breakfast was something that was new to all of us this year, and we were, quite frankly, scared to death how that was going to roll out. I think we're averaging at Forest Brook anywhere between 140 to 200 breakfasts pre-ordered every day, and they are delivered to the child's desk prior to the start of school, prior to them sitting in their desk. So there's a lot of effort going into that initiative, and it's been highly successful. Just a couple of highlights. We've had code of conduct meetings, K through 2 and 3 through 5. Open school night was very well attended and highly successful. And it's always a wonderful night for me. I've been in the district now. This is my 23rd year. So I see parents now coming back that I had them when I was their assistant principal in high school, when they were in high school. It's a little frightening, but it's wonderful to catch up and see them now be parents and bringing them through Hauppauge schools. Our PTA has been awesome as usual. They are constantly making our students feel welcome, giving them opportunities, things such as sidewalk chalk for the first day of school, balloons. There's a PTA welcome back breakfast that rivals any breakfast on Long Island. They have a volunteer day for us, for our teachers to kind of share the burden of all the work that needs to be done. So we're very fortunate at Forest Brook to have such a wonderful PTA. Like Dr. Smalley had mentioned, as is tradition at Forest Brook, we all assembled at the flagpole on 9/11 for a meaningful ceremony for the pledge and a moment of silence. This week and last week, we've had our bus safety programs. Today we had our fire safety assemblies. So there's plenty going on at Forest Brook all the time. It's really a very alive school. Again, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Bullis and Dr. Smalley for their partnership, their leadership, and their colleagueship. I'm very fortunate to be working alongside them. Lastly, I want to thank the central office staff, Dr. Murphy, and I want to thank the Board of Education. Every time I see a Board of Education member, this question is asked of me. And most recently it was asked by Mr. Scarito. Do you have everything you need? That speaks volumes for this Board of Education. And I thank you for asking that question. And I thank you for me being in a position as a principal, not having to say, yes, I need this, 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 and that, because you've already made sure that that has been given to our teachers, our students, our parents, and our school building. I'm looking forward to a great year. I'm sorry I took so long. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to more great stuff. Thank you.
Any questions from the board, Mr. Poland? Any questions from the community or comments from Mr. Poland? Next up, our principal from the Pines, our newest principal, Mr. Bullis. Welcome. Scott, I don't know if Mr. Poland prepped you or not. My gut says he didn't on this. We have a tradition when it's your first year doing this, you need to go around the dais and say one nice thing about every board member, starting with Mr. Kiley.
You guys look fantastic. A lot of blue up there.
Anyway, please, welcome and have at it.
All right, well, thank you. I swear I started with a very articulate, well planned out set of notes that has been ravaged by my two colleagues with the kind words that they've said, because I echo all of it. Just start by just saying my summer started before July 1st. We did a retreat on June 30th, and I had the opportunity to meet the amazing admin team. And then starting on July 1st, I was greeted by the full main office staff, and teachers were in the building the first week of July in their classrooms. So what I was taken back by that immediately was just the level of dedication that they have at the Pines and in Hauppauge. The rooms hadn't been cleaned yet, and teachers were trying to do their bulletin boards on July 7th or July 8th. It was really, really incredible. When joining the Pines, I sent out a survey to our families and our community and our teachers to get some feedback. And overwhelmingly, the most amazing thing that I kept seeing was Hauppauge's fantastic. Pines as a family, this is the greatest place you could ever land. And that has not wavered since I started here. And all the reasons I have on this list just go back to support that. When the students came in our building, we started our first day what we called like a welcome back to school block party. Our PTA had bubbles and balloons. There were teachers singing on the microphone and dancing. It was basically a party outside of Pines Elementary. And our kids came in super excited. I was able to speak to parent volunteers who were wearing student helper vests. It really was an environment that was for kids. And that's how we started our school year. Before that even happened, our custodial team put in hours and hours of work. The bathrooms look phenomenal. The parking lot is incredible with our additional spaces. But what really interested me was how our custodial staff was there on the weekend before, over that Labor Day weekend, making sure that everything was spick and span for our kids, because those bathrooms got done in like the 23rd hour and the dust hadn't settled. And even on the first day of school, our custodian was going down every railing to make sure that every speck of dust was cleaned up. And it really was that level of dedication to start the school year. As I said, we have those 2 new bathrooms. We have a nice parking lot, thank you. That really helped, as we now have enough spots for our staff, so there's little to no parking on curbs, sometimes on the grass, but mostly everyone has a spot, and our staff really, really appreciates that, just the ease of coming in and out every day, so thank you. As the school year started, we had our open school night. We had an opportunity to get to each and every classroom, and as our parents left, they routinely said this is going to be a great year, and it was because of the teachers. They mentioned teacher by teacher by name as they walked out, saying how great they are and how fantastic they are, and how prepared their kids are for the next year. 3 of which are here today, so I just want to thank them by name. We have 3 staff members that were hired the week before school started, and you would never know when you walked in their room on the first day of school. So I want to thank Nicole, Emily, and Brooke, who are here tonight. Thank you. We can give them a round of applause. All 3 have been absolutely fantastic, and you would never know the pressure that they may have felt jumping into the school the week before, but they have done a fantastic job jumping into the Pines. So again, thank you. Lastly, I just want to thank the Board of Education and District Office for all the support you've given. The first couple weeks, I can't tell you how many people have stopped by from either District Office or our admin team, the text messages from our administrative team, just checking in and seeing how the Pines is doing, seeing how I'm doing, seeing how the new staff is doing. It really is a supportive environment, and our kids are going to benefit from that. So thank you.
Thank you. Comments from the board, Mr. Bullis, concerning the Pines? Questions or comments from the community, Mr. Bullis, concerning the Pines? Thank you. 5C on the agenda is the adoption of minutes from the business meeting of the Board of Education of August 19th, 2025. I'll make the motion. Mr. Discreto seconds. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? 7-0. 601, Mr. Buscarino abstaining. Number 6 on the agenda, questions or comments from the community on tonight's agenda only. Next is our consent agenda. Are there any items that board members would like to have removed? I will remove, as I did earlier, 7.1A is now going to be relabeled 11B and put at the end of the agenda. 7.1D is the parental request for transportation will be severed and voted on separately. 7.2A2, appointment to tenure will be severed and voted on separately. 7.2B2 will be severed from the executive session and voted on separately. And 7.1B will also be severed and voted on separately. Are there any other items that members would like to have removed other than those that I've removed? With that, I'll take a motion to approve the consent agenda, less those items that have been removed for independent vote. Thank you, Mr. Discreto. With the motion, I'll second. All those in favor? 7-0. Okay, 7.1D is a resolution concerning a parental request for transportation. I'm just going to read the resolution into the record and then ask the board to vote on it. Whereas on July 30th, 2025, a parent submitted to the Hauppauge Union Free School District a request for transportation for the parent's child to and from a non-public school for the 2025-2026 school year. And whereas the parent submitted documentation and other evidence to the Board of Education asking the board to consider the parent's late request for transportation for the parent's child. It is hereby resolved that the Board of Education approves the parent's request for transportation and authorizes the relevant district officials to authorize the transportation of the parent child to and from the non-public school for the 2025-2026 school year. I will make the motion. Mr. Discreto seconds. All those in favor of adopting the resolution? 7-0. 7.2B2, change of employment status concerning Christopher Diesso. I removed that matter. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Discreto. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Michaels. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? 601. Mr. Barchet abstaining. 7.1B is, no, I'll turn this over to Dr. Murphy. B.
So I'm gonna speak first about two other matters.
So we'll come back to that. 7.2A2, change of employment status, appointment to tenure. 7.2A2, appointment to tenure concerning Rebecca Bilski. Do I have a motion?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Discreto. I will second. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Congratulations, Ms. Bilski. Seven point 7.2A, appointment to tenure concerning Gary Campanelli. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Discreto. I will second. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
Harry!
7.2A2, appointment to tenure of Ms. Bridget Sienna. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Mr. Scirito. I will second. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0.
So I'm just going to say a couple words here. I'll start with you since I couldn't find you in the crowd at first. So congratulations to all three of you. Gary, from the heart, you have proven yourself to be such a tremendous colleague. You have led our efforts with anti-bullying. You are on college trips. You're leading so many nights for our parents that are informational sessions, you with your guidance counselor team. And you're an annoyingly good bowler, which is frustrating at our admin retreats. And you're good at other things. We don't have to go into the whole resume. But truly, you have won the crowd here, and it is such and you are such an asset to the district. So congratulations. I'm glad to see you here with your crew. Let's go over here. Bridge. Who's here? Anybody here in the crowd? Yeah. So, Bridge has a very distinctive laugh. And at some point, I made a reference, not everyone will know this reference, to Edith Bunker. And when I call her, what do you say? And I say, hi, Edith. So I share that anecdote because many times in that position, we call her the banker. It's numbers. It's not always work that is obvious to the rest of honestly, the community, how it impacts every day our kids. And you bring this levity and this humanity to the role. You laugh at yourself. You always were up for my shenanigans about how we're going to dress up for Halloween and St. Patrick's Day and everything else. But it's that sense of humor that I think is the most identifiable trait in addition to your expertise and your care. All of us know you'd run through a wall for Hauppauge, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And I'm so happy and thank the board for approving your tenure tonight. Many years to go. And then Dr. Bilski, who the background story here is, this is the first time that Dr. Bilski has received tenure, even though she's been in the district for 27 years, I think it is. She's been in the district since 2019. So the reason that is the case is because I kept, with the board's approval, promoting and changing her title, and that reset the tenure. So to the point where Taz was making jokes as recently as the other day, have you considered maybe updating your title one last time? Let's put this off. Goes without saying that the care that you bring to the role as director, see, even I forgot that had the title. Assistant Soup for PPS, our neediest students are always benefiting from your work. You truly lead with your heart. I'm so glad you also shared with me your MySpace and Peloton name, Beckstar, which I call her often. We have nicknames for each other around here. Beckstar, what was the real Beckstar 83? Okay, see, I remember. So again, the theme of having a little fun back here, we're able to have fun because we know that we're connected. We lock arms with each other about doing what's best for kids, and you have proven that time and time again. Such an asset to Hauppauge, and I'm so happy. Your crew here tonight as well. Big wave in the back. The boys, Bilski boys, congratulations, Beckstar.
Seven point 1B is a resolution that I'll read into the record concerning the naming of our soccer field. Be it resolved that upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools of the Hauppauge Union Free School District, that the district formally names the varsity soccer field located at Hauppauge Middle School as the John Ruffini Soccer Field. I will make the motion. Mr. Scarito seconds. Discussion, Dr. Murphy.
So I had the distinct honor to be on a Zoom call last week. The reason for that Zoom call is we had received multiple requests and recommendations from alumni, from former athletic director Joe Tasman, who's here, current athletic director Dan Butler, to rename the field in honor of Coach Ruff. And so I'm on this Zoom call that Taz helped to put together, and he had invited just a bunch of Ruff's former players. And I just have to say, when I got on this Zoom call, those of you who have been on Zooms, you see all the little thumbnails, and the amount of participants was extraordinary on short notice. To the point where you have little 1, 2, where you have to, at the hour, to go to another screen to see everybody who's really on that call. As I shared with him that night, again, Taz really orchestrated this, and it was kind of a no-brainer for me to ask the board to consider this recommendation. I asked for a few stats here, so I'm just going to read them off for John Ruffini. 33-year coaching career, 1971 to 2004. 13 league championships. 3 Suffolk County championships. 2 Long Island championships. 10-time league coach of the year. 2-time Suffolk County coach of the year. 362 career wins, which is still, he retired in 2004. That 362 is 4th most in Suffolk County history. So it goes without saying that the legacy that you have left, Coach, is just undeniable. The love of your players was evident at some point. We got through Taz's technical difficulties, and we asked all of his players to unmute, and in a chorus, they were just commending and thanking and appreciating their beloved coach. You know, many of his former players, my age, perhaps older, younger, it was just tremendous. So the endorsement to the board is, we believe naming the field in Coach Ruffini's honor will serve as a lasting tribute to his legacy and dedication to Hauppauge students, athletics, and the entire community. Joe, do you want to add anything to my remarks?
Thank you, Dr. Murphy. Amazing job. I just wanted to say that I had the privilege of working alongside you, John, and with you. And I've never experienced a coach who's been loved more by his players than you. And this is an incredible honor and well-deserved. And I want to thank the board and Dr. Murphy for making this happen for you.
Thank you.
And with the vote of the board, the varsity soccer field located at the Hauppauge Middle School will hereinafter be called and named the John Ruffini Soccer Field. All those in favor? 7-0. Congratulations, Coach.
Nothing planned.
I was going to say, oh boy.
I'm Tamiya. I'd like to thank the Board of Education, the superintendent, the assistant superintendent, Mr. Tasman. Can you hear me? It's a little personal at this point. I'd like to thank my 3 juvenile delinquents for cleaning the field. I don't know where they are. I think it was 3. And I'd like to thank the Hauppauge community, and most importantly, the field may be named after me. I was going to call it myself, I don't call it the Field of Champions. I've had somewhere between 350 and 400 boys play for me. And because of them, not me, but there are 14 championships, whatever amount of number I had. I thank the boys of the community and the parents of the community for letting me coach here for 33 years. I thank you all.
So before we go on to the rest of the meeting, we'll take a break of about 10 minutes to yeah, after Dr. Murphy speaks, we'll take a 10-minute break.
Just very quickly, if I know we have 3 newbies in the crowd because Mr. Bullis mentioned them. Please stand if you were, yes, if you were on the agenda tonight as a new hire. If anyone else is in the crowd who was part of 7-1, please stand as well. I just want to say congratulations. I think you heard tonight and you're seeing what a tremendous district that you have joined, and I wish you nothing but success and to be part of our family for many, many years to come. So congratulations.
And our meeting will reconvene at 10 after 9 exactly. Thank you.
Live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome back. 8 on the agenda are policies. There are none tonight. 9 committee reports. We ran a little late, so we'll skip those tonight and put them on our next business meeting agenda. Number 10 on the agenda are discussion matters. We have none tonight. 11 is new business. Do any board members have new business they'd like to discuss? Mr. Scrito?
I just also want to make sure we thank the security guards and all the crossing guards as well. School started.
Any other new business? Does administration have any new business?
We do not.
Thank you. 11A on the agenda is presentation 2025-26 strategic plan presented by Dr. Murphy, our superintendent of schools. This was previously on the agenda as 5BA and is renumbered 11A. Dr. Murphy?
Yeah, thank you. This is more of an overview and just a thank you to the community and to the board. We have called this plan Hauppauge 2030. This is a 5-year strategic plan, and so it lines up nicely with the even number year 2030. Just as a little bit of context, a little refresh, we've been working at it for over a year to develop a strategic plan that will serve as kind of our North Star for the work ahead of us this year and the years to follow leading up to the 29-30 school year. So it's a 5-year plan. We had met with the board in the retreat. I want to thank the board for your feedback. And really that last step was to provide any changes and modifications to really what was the collective work of the entire community. We had sent out a thought exchange survey, and just to reiterate what that achieved, that's not a traditional survey. It amplifies those thoughts that are the most popular amongst the community, so it's a way of really crowdsourcing. So the strategic plan committee, after tonight, we'll get a nice thank you message. We had come together after that initial survey, looked at all of the thoughts, right, the ideas, the feedback from our community, and then we unpacked that during a session where we had board members in attendance. In addition to that, we had a board member only meeting cabinet where we took a fresh look at our mission statement, our vision statement, and also provided feedback. So this has been really a collaborative effort led by the board and backed by the community. And when we had the strategic plan committee together, it really, gosh, it was north of 70 individuals from all different roles. The board, of course, but PTA, teachers, TAs, custodians, security, us. So it was a really community effort. Just to point out a few highlights, the entire plan will be on our website, and we will share a few different ways. I will be coming back to the board throughout the year to provide updates on our progress. There we go. So I'm just going to fast forward here. Much of the plan has type that on a smart board is not something we can easily read or decipher, but the first 2 pages are a table of contents and an overview of what a strategic plan is. I just wanted to highlight this particular slide, which is our new core values, which you can see up there with wherever possible, we are branding. So you see the Eagles acronym that captures the values of our community. I will not read this out loud, and you can see it there, but you're also going to see an updated mission and vision statement. Again, thanks to the board, which helps to kind of guide our efforts. These are not just kind of check the box items for us. These are documents that will guide everything that we do. So from here, I work with the admin team. Our principals will integrate, our values and our mission and vision in the documents that they have, and we will begin to live this document out loud. From there, just to kind of highlight this slide, and gosh, I am blind, but I'll speak to this. So there's 3 board priority areas from this collective work. Again, when you read the 3 areas there, it kind of captures the spirit of our district: student experience, academic excellence, and community and operations. Within each of those 3 buckets are 3 focus areas for myself. So 9 total. What happens on the pages after this is a deep dive into each one of those focus areas. So there are 4 per focus area, so 12 per board priority, so 36 altogether. So we have 36 objectives that is guiding our work this year for the administrative team. And not to get too in the weeds, but we basically then take those 36 and we map them to our own collective action plans as an administrative team. So you can see the different focus areas up there for myself. In the following pages of the plan, it gets a bit more in-depth about what we're talking about here, but again, just big picture. When it comes to student experience, we're talking about creating safe, supportive, enriching environments for our kids. Academic excellence is everything from supports for our kids to advanced learning opportunities to career pathways, and then community and operations, which, again, feedback from the board was how do we capture all of the great work that's going on already on our campus, at our buildings, modernizing our facilities, with some of the feedback received about communication with the community, continuing to build upon that trust, and then also about staff morale and collaboration. In terms of preparing our kids for the future, we talk about what are the skills and dispositions that students need for success in college careers. Many of our kids own their own business from here, and of course we even are honored to have kids, students who move on to the military. We have a focus in here on again, as amplified in our values, on critical thinking, on resilience, on adaptability, and all this in what every year is a rapidly changing world. And then we talk about commitment to offering multiple pathways for our kids and expanding opportunities. We see this represented in our course catalog. We see this at the high school. It's almost, it's mind-boggling. You can walk out on the fields and see the dirt piles and the pickleball courts and the tennis courts and the track, and then you walk in the building and there's work happening, within the high school right now with our new innovation lab, where we're soon going to have stock tickers up for our kids who are going to have what amounts to almost like a Wall Street experience. It's just going to be incredible. And this is on the heels of the STEM lab, which the board spearheaded a couple of years back, which has incredible equipment and opportunities for our kids. Again, reflective of how our students are leaving us, and happy to report many of them, and I'm getting these, just even today got data from BOCES, how their HVAC program, their automotive science program, all of these kind of vocational paths are exploding, which I think we all know is so important, right? Especially on Long Island, to have kids who are pursuing these different careers. But we're also looking at, expanding our AP, our IB, our CTE, the arts, athletics, service learning. All of this is happening. And again, is captured within this plan in terms of our focus, but will be also shared with the evidence of our success and our updates. And the last thing is just about the student experience, making sure that everything we do is with an eye on engagement and extracurricular activity. We've had a district charge, every day counts, to focus on having our kids at school. Chronic absenteeism is a challenge everywhere, but we were able to prove, again, hats off to my colleagues here, Tim, Rebecca, our efforts with our chronic absenteeism approach, where we're taking a positive approach with our community to get kids who are chronically absent to come to school, but also proving that the more kids are involved in clubs and on athletic teams, the more likely they are to come to school. This board has always been supportive of, agenda items that may have a cost, but mean that kids have, specialized opportunities that they may not have in other districts. Always, Brian and I talked about this tonight in Islip. I led with that in my remarks to the town board, that most of all, our goal is to create a safe and supportive environment for our kids. And so that's my duty, that's my responsibility. So that is woven within the plan as well, so that kids can take risks and grow and thrive. And then how do we continue to capitalize on the incredible community that is Hauppauge, the HIA and beyond. How do we give kids, how do we create internship possibilities? How do we leverage the HIA and beyond? What does Hauppauge 2030 look like as we continue to build our campus brand and make this, as I always like to say, almost like a mini college campus. Last note on this, the energy is just there. The strategic plan helps to kind of guide our work, again, our North Star. But one thing I didn't mention in my opening comments was that the senior sunrise breakfast was the most well-attended breakfast we've had in years. I see Hannah nodding over there. And it's great to see our senior class kind of leading by example. And so that resonates with the juniors, the sophomores, the freshmen, and beyond. So there is this appetite in Hauppauge. I know the board knows this, or you wouldn't sacrifice your time and be here. But the community is primed for more. And I think, cliche, stealing a line from Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. We're the heart of the community. And so as we continue to kind of dream and the board helps to kind of fulfill those dreams, I think we're going to see the fruits of our labor for years to come. So bottom line is, I don't want to just talk about it. I will be back to present to the board to kind of share how this strategic plan has been operationalized and how it's paying dividends for our kids and our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Murphy.
11B on the agenda was formerly 7.1A, which is the adoption of the strategic plan. I'll make the motion. Mr. Scrito seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. Questions and comments from the community concerning anything related to the district whatsoever? With that, I'll take a motion for an adjournment. Our next meeting is scheduled for October 14th, 2025. I'll make the motion for the adjournment. Mr. Scrito seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor? 7-0. We are adjourned. God bless Hauppauge, and God bless the United States. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.